I might have to hurry up before that storm gets to us. We're out in the pastures here, and man, we got some solar octane vehicles. Unfortunately, you can't see the Tacoma behind these larger body on frame options here. But yeah, oh, that was a cool lightning show. Hopefully you guys got that. But here we are with the TRD Pro Solar Octane exclusive color to the TRD Pro. We got a lot of stuff to go over here just with the walk around. Let's start with the wheels. Forged BBS. Forged wheels are gonna be much lighter than your average aluminum alloy wheel. 285 by 65 by R18s. And then we have that hood ornament that I mentioned earlier. We have the upgraded headlights that you get on the higher trim Sequoias. We also have the TRD Pro grille here with the Toyota lettering. Now, since this is a wider vehicle, it needs to have these additional amber lights. That's on there with TRD inside of them. Don't forget this amber light on the fender right here. And notice this pattern. Technical camo, I think, is the technical name for it. And here we go, we're gonna finish the walk around. Notice that we have TRD running boards, and also on TRD Pro models, you're gonna have that roof rack up here. This model doesn't have it because it's pre-production, but it will. We also have Fox shocks underneath that's very similar to the TRD Pro Tundra that is right back here. Now that vehicle has a 1.1 inch lift in the front, I believe. We don't have any lifts going on with this vehicle. Blacked out mirrors, blacked out window surrounds. I love the TRD running board. This is how a TRD running board should look, covered in dust and dirt and rocks, right? See mud in the fenders. It looks really, really good. We get into the back and I get Lexus vibes. I get Lexus LX 600 vibes from this rear end. It's based on the same platform, the F platform, which is the larger body on frame platform for Toyota going forward. Sequoia typed out there in black. And we have this cool double tip exhaust. To me, this looks better than what we have on the TRD Pro Tundra, and you just hear it gurgling. That's a nice gurgle. I'm gonna finish the walk around here of this bad boy, and then we're gonna get on the off-road trail before I get hit by lightning. I'm kind of on top of a hill, so let's get back in the truck. If you want to see a more in-depth tour of the new Sequoia, definitely watch my SR5 TRD Sport model. I really enjoyed that model. It gives you a lot of features and looks really cool while doing it. This one just has, of course, more features: panel roof, ventilated seats, the upgraded JBL sound system. It also has the cool TRD Pro stitching and embroidery on the vehicles. But we have a TRD Lime Rush 4Runner here coming our way as we go over the creek. And I believe I followed this arrow. So let's go ahead and do some off-roading. I'm not gonna do, yes, I have crawl control in here. I have drive mode select. I have multi-terrain select. So we'll see. I don't think I really need to do any of that on this course. I don't think we have any crazy off-roading portions that I'm aware of, but maybe they want to have me do it on this hill climb. So I'm gonna pull around, keep the momentum here. Can't really see what's going on. And then we got some undulations here. And you could use crawl control on this if you wanted to, but I'm going about 2 miles an hour. How's it going?
Are you in low?
I'm not in low. Do you want me to be in low?
Sure.
All right,
Absolutely.
all right. So I'll put it in.
So let me give you, this is the way I would look at it. If I had to walk across here and take small steps as a human being compared to the steps I would take on the flat, then you need low range, because it's basically the same thing. Yeah. So and the other thing on an auto, well, and on a manual as well, you'll hear, because I can hear them when they're in high range and they struggle up here and they struggle along here. So you've got the engine revs they're having to climb to get the torque. Yeah. Whereas in low range you get the torque at the same revs but at lower speeds.
Sure.
Yeah. So it works a lot better in low. You know, I'd rather be it too low than too high.
Do you want me to be in low for the whole course?
No, not the whole course, but certainly all these technical little odds and sods for sure.
For the flags, the flag area.
Yeah, well, you're going up here and go round. I'll walk with you until you get to where that white Sequoia is up there. But I'll walk you around, and you'll find it much easier as well.
Okay.
In low range. Go on.
Cool. Thank you.
The other thing is the steering. See how you're steering left, and don't need to steer. And the reason you want to steer is because you're human. So
it's just me fighting it a bit.
So what we don't do very well is lean sideways as people. We don't lean, you know, unless you're drunk or whatever. But You don't lean sideways generally. So what happens is you're compensating to steer the other way.
And then you're losing traction
yeah,
potentially.
Yeah, watch. If I don't say anything to anybody over there, they go full left, full right, full left, full right, you know, and you're going around the whole thing. And if that was slippery, you just reduce the grip on the tyres.
Yeah.
To the point where it would lose traction, and you're increasing the resistance when it's got all that to deal with. So
Right.
you're making it even harder.
Right.
The other thing is that all the suspension geometry, most caster angle effectively, will shove the wheel out your hand. So you need to make a conscious decision to keep the wheel straight rather than letting it do what it needs to do. So you're driving it rather than it driving you.
Right.
And all of that stuff's way easier to say than to do. Yeah.
Just keep it straight.
Yeah, but it's easier said than done. So go on. You need to come over that way a little bit, because this is not completely lined up with the one behind. So go that way, keep it going. A little bit of momentum is good. Keep it going, don't stop. Keep it going. If you start to slow down too much, you'll hear those wheels slipping. So slow down a bit now, because you're on the level, so you need less gas. And this, because this hill slopes away, I'd put a little bit of left on now, simply to change direction. There you go.
Straighten it out.
Go on, try it now. So your left front wheel's about 3 inches off the ground. Give it a bit of gas, that'll allow the traction control to
relax.
Traction control looks for wheel speed difference.
Okay.
And if the wheels are stationary, it can't see the difference, basically.
Right.
So you just need to give it, and when you put it into low, it retunes the traction control to work at super low speeds.
Okay.
What do you think though? Do you like it?
The truck's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah, I don't like it in this colour, if I'm honest. Yeah.
I probably wouldn't take it in this color either.
No,
I
don't know.
What's the color you'd pick?
I like the darker colours.
You like the
It's
darker
a pain
ones?
in the ass in Texas.
It's
like
tougher.
Dark green or dark blue or something.
The army green's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I do like that one.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to be said for a white one. I don't really like white cars, if I'm honest.
My wife does not like white cars.
Yeah, I'll stop here. But the nice thing about a white one, if you've got all these black accent bits like that, and the wheel arches, it makes it kind of stand out, but it depends what you like.
Yeah, the contrast is there.
So through here, when it kicks the right side of the car up, you'll find you'll be blind. There's no natural points of reference other than the flags. Well, not really natural, but the points of reference. So have a mental picture of where those rocks are, because when it kicks the front of the car up, you've got your cameras on. That'll help you.
There we go.
Yeah. So, but without the cameras, you're not going to see those rocks at all.
No, you know.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, a spotter's really important, and they don't need to be an off-road expert. It can be anybody.
Sure.
Because they can go, there's a rock. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's farm rules.
Yeah. The problem with this off-road is driving's muscle memory, and what you're effectively doing by doing this is undoing muscle memory, which is not easy.
It's a bit bizarre.
Yeah. There you go. And follow the arrow and then round to left. See you in a minute.
All right, thank you. So go figure, driving this vehicle is not hard off-road. Of course, it shared everything essentially with the Tundra, but it has a shorter wheelbase, I believe. I don't have the exact numbers off my head. It's a little bit longer. It's about 10 inches longer of a wheelbase compared to the Toyota Land Cruiser and also the Lexus LX 600. So we have a pretty cool hill climb here that I was not expecting. You just kind of want to keep the momentum, keep my foot on the gas. And you could easily use crawl control for this, but I'm just trying to keep my speed going. And we made it over the crest. I want to go slow here because we want to keep all the water in the truck. And you can see how much water is in this pool here.
How's it going, man?
It's going well.
Good.
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
No. Yeah.
Self-explanatory?
Yeah, self-explanatory. And the gentleman back there did a good job explaining everything and get me on the right route. So.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's kind of a blind turn right there.
Yeah.
For this next section, this is more like a flat track. We created it with a dozer, so you get to feel how the car performs a little bit higher speeds than 2. All right.
Okay. So do you want me to be in 4 high?
Yeah. So wait for your range change. It's in.
There it is.
Yep. This will bring this track about a mile long, a little more. It'll bring you back on the main road.
Okay.
If you want to head up and grab another car.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Great,
Thank you, Frederick. Appreciate it. We're back in 4 high after the technical portion. We're just going to do kind of like this dirt track here. And it might be a slightly more fun if it was soaked in mud and dirt after a nice rainfall, but it's still gonna be fun nonetheless. And what this kind of reminds me of is that path I took in New Mexico after driving the LX 600 over some pretty tough terrain. And then I went out into the pasture, dirt road, going through cows and whatnot. This is kind of giving me a very similar vibe. And this is definitely more a high-speed track. And like, this vehicle is very, very smooth. It's not as quiet, and I know it's pretty early pre-production on this model. This vehicle will be available in fall. So it's still very quiet, very Tundra-like, I would say, with its sound insulation. Maybe even slightly better, but I haven't been in the capstone model that has, you know, the insulated glass, or the acoustic glass is what they call it. But this portion right here is just, feels like driving in the country. Nothing crazy like I was doing earlier. And me personally, I wouldn't be taking my $70,000 Sequoia on that hard of a track. This absolutely, I would not question it. But the cool thing is that it is extraordinarily capable machine. It could be used as a weapon off-roading, for overlanding, for pulling things, 9,500 pounds of towing capacity. And we got some rattles going in the back, but again, like I said, pre-production, I think it's just the seats moving around, to be honest. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's I don't, the LX was extraordinarily quiet off-road, and with terrible road conditions, it was still super quiet. So don't expect the same here from the Sequoia, but it is still very smooth experience. The suspension is doing a great job this whole time, even on the rocky, hard portions before. Nice little pond out here. I'm not going to get any speed and catch some air. I'm not going to jump it, guys. Don't worry. I want to be invited back for more Toyota events. I'm not going to jump it over that. But this portion, we got some decline, some angle here. Someone did a burnout here or something. Pushing it a little too much. That was pretty fun. And then around this guy, there we go. There we go. Now it says slow. Okay. Fun's over. I guess you don't want to bottom out here and destroy the vehicle. That's probably why it's there. And we can probably pick up some speed again. And the road course is over. So first impressions of TRD Pro. This vehicle's, not only does it look cool, of course it has the off-roading chops. Why wouldn't it? It's a TRD Pro model. Of course the TRD off-road will have the same sort of chops, not quite the same sort of Fox shocks, but it will have you know, the electronic lock-in differential that this vehicle has, just like the Tundra TRD off-road as well as TRD Pro. But I'm going to sign out from the all-new Sequoia 2023 redesign. It's been a long time coming. It's a fantastic vehicle overall. I think it's going to sell well for them. They want to triple their sales of this vehicle. So realistically, what does that mean? Well, probably around 30,000 units. So it's not going to be a high volume seller for them. It's going to be an excellent people mover, rugged machine that can tow things and do it quite easily with this 438 horsepower, so 437 horsepower, 483 pound-feet of torque. It's more than capable of towing most household items. So anyway, signing out from the all-new Toyota Sequoia. That sounds good saying that. I'll see you in the comments below with any questions or comments you might have. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button. Subscribe for more Toyota and Lexus news and reviews in the future. Take care.